What's up, guys? Shadow Protector 99 here. Just got back from watching Chronicle, and I have to say, it exceeded my expectations. Not by freaking skyrocket rocket ship high, but above average. Above average. Hell, like more than above average. But it's like somewhere in the middle, like above the middle, not below the middle, not the middle, like somewhere above the middle. But anyways. Yeah, it was a really fun ride. So, review. Let's start off with the premise. So the premise of the movie is that these three kids, Steven, the black kid, he's very popular. Uh, he doesn't have to seek for friends. Friends go to him. He's just one of those people who everyone wants to be around. Matt, cool kid, has a girlfriend, has his own, batch of friends. And then his cousin Andrew, who, he's the outcast of the school. He doesn't have any friends at all, even though, his cousin goes to the same school, with him. They don't, associate with each other because, Andrew's just a really awkward kid. He's not really good with, just social situations. So anyways, Andrew and Steven and Math, they, go down a cavern because they, hear this really weird high-pitched noise. And then they ask Andrew to come down there with them because the movie is centered around Andrew recording his daily life through a camera. And since, he's carrying a camera everywhere with him nowadays, they just ask him to come down there and, find out where this sound is coming from. So they go down there and, they see this blue crystal at the heart of the cavern. So Steven touches it, and since the movie is being shot through Andrew's camera, the camera starts to react to this, like it freaking goes haywire. The screen jumps around, the audio gets messy, and then freaking as Steven keeps holding it, it starts to make the cavern shake and all that. So they have to hurry get out of there before the cave-in happens. Then about 2 days after, they never say how many days after they went down the cavern, but I'm assuming, I'll just say about a week after they went down the cavern, they discover that they have telekinetic abilities. And so that's basically it, just them dealing having these powers, and everything's all happy and dandy until, Andrew starts to kind of go out of control with it. And, if you've seen the commercials and trailers for this movie, you can pretty much predict how the story is going to flow and, how it's going to end. But even though the story is predictable, it's a really fun ride. So anyways, got the premise out the way, pros and cons. Let me go through the cons first, cuz there's not too many as the pros. Besides being too predictable, they don't really explain how the blue crystal works. They don't really say how the blue crystal got there, why it's there, why did it give them powers, what happened after the cave-in. They don't really give a proper origin story to the crystal and why it gives the teenagers the powers. So that's a flaw. That's a flaw right there. the CGI is a bit crappy at times. You can notice. I mean, yeah, it's like the CGI is average, but you know that's not really too big of a deal. But it still kind of falls in the cons category, especially towards the end of the movie. Not really towards the end. I'm sorry, but like in some parts, the CGI is really crappy, and then scenes just kind of dragged on too long. Like there's some scenes that weren't needed, and then there's some scenes that could have ended sooner, but they just dragged it on and on and on. So yeah, that's basically the cons right there. But for pros, the actors performance is just superb. I thoroughly enjoyed watching this movie just because of these three actors. Like, just how they interacted with each other and how they interacted with other people around them using their powers was just really, like, it felt like if teenagers at my school were to get the same powers they did, they would react the I assume they would react the same way as Steve, Matt, and Andrew reacted to using their powers. And just the way how they bonded, how Andrew kind of freaking developed from this kind of shy, quiet kid to like this confident, from shy to really confident. Then he freaking goes down because his dad just kind of pushes him over the limit and whatnot. And just Andrew's character development was really good. Again, Steve makes a really nice, good comic relief guy. Matt is just the average, all-round teenage kid. What else? And just them using their telekinesis, that makes for really good humor, especially the scene in the mini mart and freaking what's it called? And freaking when freaking Steve learns how to fly, then he's like, "Come on, Matt, all you gotta do is like freaking do this and that." Then Matt tries to do it like freaking twice, and he freaking jumps and he falls, and he freaking jumps again and freaking flips it. It's freaking funny though. And just everything, the conversations, the dialogues felt so natural. Like, it's what high schoolers would actually say and what people would like say and react in those situations. What else? Special effects good. I wanted to say something else, damn it. And what else? And them using their powers, was really nice and all that. And the camera, yes, the camera. That's what I'm trying to get to. The camera. Don't let the what's it called? The point of view of the movie being shot through a camera deter you from seeing Chronicle. Like, even though it's kind of using the same thing as a lot of movies nowadays, like Paranormal Activity and Cloverfield, like, don't let that deter you, because the camera work is really, really good, actually, especially when Andrew gets his telekinetic powers, because he's like he's the central protagonist the movie centers around, and after he freaking gets the powers, he just kind of freaking moves the camera around to create like these dynamic shots, which really enhances the drama of some situations, and it's not like freaking Paranormal Activity where they keep the camera freaking set there and then something happens stubbily in the background. Or it's not like Cloverfield where he's like freaking running with it and it's kind of shaky and all that crap. And that really happens. Like, just him moving around the camera with his telekinesis creates like these really nice shots